Well, hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo. I hit one button, and it went. The other button didn't go, so I had to redo it. After you see, I got a black eye. I gave myself another black eye today. The fiber that I had, I didn't have enough. I was stopped up. It's what happens. Don't get enough fiber. So I have been lax. I'll say this, not X-lax. I should have X-laxed. I have been probably eating more than I needed to eat in terms of like junk food. And I'm not saying it's catching up on me, catching up to me, but I like over the past 2 days I've gone from like, yeah, here's some candy, here's something munchy food, to like, okay, Chris, gotta slow down. So yeah, not really sure. What did I eat recently? I didn't think it would have caused too much, or had been too much of a problem, but it was something. To the point where I had to drink the special tea that Diana's parents know about from Mexico or something. It's a tea from Mexico that helps you go. It works very well, and I needed that to get me going. Because what was it? I don't think I had any one thing that did me in. I think it was the lack of anything else. It's having disrupted my pattern, right? Normally I've got a pattern like, okay, in the morning I don't really eat anything, and then in the around late morning I'll have some beans, and then afternoon I might snack on something, in the evening I'll have some pop. So I've got my flow, right? And for the past month, I would say my flow had been disrupted. Did I have any breads? Breads or grains will throw me off big time, and I don't think I did yesterday. At least I don't think I did. One area I don't need help with is extruding. I have suggested that I was going to be printing in upside down Vader, and for the most part, this one seems to be coming out okay. It'll have far fewer supports. I am concerned about the helmet a bit, because the back of it is a little messed up, and I think it may have been because of the wobble, so I may try this again in another filament color in this particular position, because I really like the sculpt. I really like how it looks. Special TT prepared by Mr. T. I pity the fool that has problems pooping. For real, dude. So let me go ahead and flip to, let me flip back to this, because I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I don't want to make everybody dizzy. There we go. Okay, so back there, you can see the helmet, the layer lines. I think because the wobble specifically at the beginning of the print caused that. So I'm going to try it again with a raft to see if that helps stabilize. I'll do it with another color filament. I mean, obviously this is green, but we'll see. That's the thing that I'm a little concerned about, to say the least. There are a few other layer lines, but I mean, honestly, it's reasonable. There's nothing that I think is like, oh, it's going to be horrible. We'll find out when I take the supports off the face. I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I ended up doing another version of this Boba Fett. This is the brand new Boba Fett, and I did it in this green, even though I easily could have done it in a multitude of colors. Let me go ahead and see if I can get it just right, because this is a really cool figure, really cool. Let me get a screen grab, get this for Discord. I almost said Twitch. So there we go. There's the Boba Fett, printed out very nicely in this filament color. One of these days, you know, I have a feeling I'm going to be assembling these in multiple colors. It's just I haven't done it yet. I could go through the process, but honestly, I enjoy these just as much because they're kind of like prototype figures. I have another one that I did that turned out rather well, too. I almost said rather well as well. But this one needs to get shoulder pads done. I call them NFTs. This is an NFT, a new free-ackin' toy. A new free toy? Is that fair? NFT? I love NFTs. New free toys. Seriously. Like, now speaking of free toys, I don't have any today. Did not get out, but I do have this toy, which I did pick up, what was it, yesterday? Day before? Or it came in, I should say, yesterday or the day before. This is the, as I move my microphone. Hello, Mr. Microphone. These are the 5 POA G.I. Joes from Super 7. Very excited to have these. Extremely excited. Especially, and honestly, I'm going to be direct. I'm also very excited that Major Joey just started following. Sorry, I need to look at that camera. I realized I switched between the two. Welcome to the Play Shop. I didn't go any further on taking those out. I did not. I wanted to wait for the stream tonight, RC Maniac. I knew you were going to be here. I'm like, dude, if I take these Joes out of the package and RC Maniac's not here, I'll never forgive myself. 5 POA G.I. Joes. I will always love Super 7. Super 7's my new favorite. I'm serious. Serious. Super 7. You think you need an episode or two to figure out a direction? RC Maniac, yeah, as far as the Book of Boba Fett is concerned, I don't disagree. I think, and that's great. I don't mind getting spoon-fed everything on the first episode. Quite fine. Anyway, this is the first time we've ever seen this character in a figure form here. This figure right here. This figure. Unjoeable. Now, this one, allegedly, this Snake Eyes, allegedly glows red. This Snake Eyes is a variant of the other Snake Eyes. I'll hold them up to the main camera in just a bit. I'm kind of glad they did the dog sled team. I mean, it is overkill by and large. Jedi's probably going to have fun with it, though, so that's good. Major Joey, are you also into the toys and Star Wars things? Or is it just me? I'm the only one. I know. Like, of all the people who watch my stream, except for Dark Toy Lord. Dark Toy Lord, I also know is into the toys. Where's Dark Toy Lord? I saw you. I saw you. Dark Toy Lord. More Star Trek than Star Wars. No problem. I'm also a fan of Star Trek. What's today? Dude, I'm lost track of lost track of the days. Okay, there's a new Star Trek Discovery episode that I'll be watching tonight. Very much looking forward to that. Discovery's probably my favorite Star Trek series at this point. Having been a fan of Deep Space Nine, more so than TNG. Major Joey, what are you? TOS? TNG? I started watching Lower Decks. I don't know. It's not really biting into me. We'll be watching Brave New World. No. Strange New Worlds? Which one is it? Oh, TOS. You're like my dad. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like that we got 6 wolves that apparently want to articulate, but not. This leg does not want to move, and I don't want to force it either. There we go. But I got to, because we gotta get the dog sled team going here. Kirk, I need my pain. Oh wait, actually, give me a second. I realized I need to change the color. I didn't calibrate completely with this. There we go. Much better. When I do this video, I had it zoomed in on the telephoto lens, which has got a different color saturation, different settings. Let's do another one of these. Boop. As we pop out the dogs. Who let the dogs out? These were easy for them to do, though. Honestly, these were super easy because all they had to do was just. Oh man. I gotta email Yoko, message Yoko, dude. This is the leg on this one was like bent. The plastic, ooh, yikes! The plastic on this one did not. This is not good. I repeat, this is not good. I'm gonna need to stretch it out a bit. I think once maybe I get the, because it won't, the leg was crossed here, so the plastic got warped on this dog. Otherwise, they're able to fully stand on their own. If I had a heat gun, I know. Don't remind me. I'll stick it in hot water. That's usually how I redo these things. Hot water's a little more safe for me compared to a heat gun. A heat gun was a little dangerous. Although, wow, this is like... This one's going to be tricky, because I think it's the same sculpt with each of them. It's just one of the legs. Yeah, Yoko's not my only point of origin. I'll ask her, I'm like, hey, do you have anybody I can message about this at Super 7, because she works there. But I have to basically... I'm going to have to heat up these legs. Compared to a lighter heat gun is safer. You say that, but, like, I'm not going to say the opposite is true. Boba Fett, where is Zach? I totally missed... Sorry, Zach. Totally missed you as I was unboxing my G.I. Joe. Shout out to Zach Rutledge. Playing with my G.I. Joe figures now. The 5 POA G.I. Joe. And this fox. Not in socks. I guess it's not a fox, but... The problem is I need to get the team going here. And in order to do that... How does this... Oh, I see. It goes under. Okay, so... I'm gonna have to... stick it in! I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do charades, because we don't really have any moderators. It's just me tonight. At least at this point. These look like... They look like very long nipples. Okay, hang on. I gotta get it into the right part of the dog. Well, I hope Jedi has fun with this. Okay, so if I put this other dog in the middle, the problematic dog, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to play with, at least for now, and then I'll correct it, or move to correct it after the show. Major Joey, Spock's brother took over McCoy and removed his pain. Oh, right. Star Trek V. Wasn't that one... Wasn't Star Trek V, like, stricken from canon? It was that bad? Am I remembering that incorrectly? Oh, yeah, this dog doesn't want to even do that. Wow, this dog is like... nope. This dog's gonna, like, tear everything apart here. Cybok? You're thinking Cybok? Wasn't that his name? Cybok. Yeah? I have one question. What does God need a spaceship for? Silence! Kirk. That was like the best Kirk That seriously. That, like, the irreverent... What does God need a spaceship for? Cybok. It was Cybok, right? I watched it. I remember it. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, Star Trek was just fun for me. Star Trek's not my fandom. I mean, I enjoy Star Wars. Obviously, I enjoy G.I. Joe enough that, you know, I want to get the dogs. Although this dog, sadly, does not want to stand up. This dog is not a happy dog. Zach says, The Search for God. Well, that's kind of what it was, but wasn't it? It was titled something else. I remember seeing The Voyage Home in theaters. Did not see Star Trek V in theaters, though. I saw... Which Star Treks did I see in theaters? Saw... 4, 6, 7, and then... What was Generations? I saw Generations. Yeah, see... Look at this dog here. See how it's leaning? Yeah, this dog should have had a V8, basically. Well, I feel they did the harnesses right, at least. Is Book of Boba Fett in theaters? It's not a movie, first thing. Second thing, no, it's not in theaters. Third thing, this dog. Oh, are you kidding me? Dude, I'm an idiot. You know what I did with this dog sled team? Do you want to know what I did? I put the dogs on backwards. The dogs are not going to draw the dog sled at this point. They did establish in 5 that Kirk would die alone. Yes. But ultimately, he did not. He died with Picard. Spoiler alert! That's right. Here I am putting the sled before the dog. Correct. Screwing up toys since God knows when. There we go. This sled, undoggable. I think he meant more not with the other brothers. I don't know. That was the one where it was row, row, row your boat, right? Has anybody here ever ridden on a dog sled? I have. And it was a horrible experience, gotta say. It was not fun getting poop kicked back onto you. It was not awesome, because that's the thing, is the dogs go as they go. Not fun. Seriously, not fun. Picard was doing other things? No, well, he was, but... Mary Mangomus notes that it's the primary form of transport up in Canada. Even with this dog with a very lame leg. I'm going to have to fix this. That dog is not happy. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a happy puppy dog. He's a happy puppy dog. Alright. Now this dog's falling. What is this dog falling over for? Come on. I just want to... Okay. I got three dogs. These other dogs have got to get turned around. Have I seen... No, I have not seen that for Windows. I have no idea what that is. Canada, not Canada. Canada? Did I say Canada? Did I? I would like to apologize if I did say Canada. I'm always in the doghouse. Is it a day that ends in Y? These are NFTs. These are my NFTs. My new freaking toys. That I'm happy with. Minus the one that's kind of lame. Oh, it makes the taskbar opaque? Awesome. I don't care because I use a black desktop. It's not as much of a deal for me. Alright, let me try attaching the lame dog. Not lame duck, but lame dog. Okay, if I can get the... So the lame dog came aboard. There was enough of a balance for the lame dog. Hey, the Zolon!
The
Zolon!
Is now hosting my stream with 20 viewers.
Thank you for the raid. I am in the process of putting together this G.I. Joe figure set. Brand new. Just released before Christmas. And opening new toys. New freaking toys. NFTs, as I call them. Makes me gassy. That's why I burped. Anyway, so here is, it's like Santa's. Shing, 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 shing,
Tripod's Garage Cheered X100. Greetings, Earthlings.
Dashing through the snow with a radioactive snake eyes. You don't know what's gonna happen unless you watch the show. These are actually sled dogs that poop as they run. Trust me, I know about this because I've been with one. No, seriously, I have. It is very much true. Tripod's Garage, thank you for the cheer. The Zolon. What exactly were you streaming tonight? What were you up to? The Zolon. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Zolon. It's an easy username because I can actually pronounce it. Old Curmudgeon drawing out the Tron. We talked about Tron last night. We were talking about some of the figures that I had. I actually pulled over one of my figures. I've only printed like one Tron item, the Recognizer. Y'all remember the Recognizer? I assume you do. Vintage 1972 G.I. Joe. See, I wasn't into Joe at that point. I wasn't into the taller action figures. Papa Bear AZ. Shout out to Papa Bear AZ. I'm going to assume, an old curmudgeon, it's always good to see you. Am I going to assume that the Zolon was 3D printing? Is that a good assumption? It might be a poor assumption. I'm not very good with assumptions. Sorry, I pulled up the stream just to see here what we got. The Zolon Maker and Crafting. Oh, he's got DB3D Dan. So, there we go. I just gave Zolon a follow. Got to meet the other 3D printers here. Give me a second. I'll pull over my Recognizer. This is one of the first things I printed. 3D printing lasers. Sir, you had me at lasers. Now, if you came along and said, dude, I love G.I. Joe, I'd be just as much of a fan. Oh, hang on, wait. Is that a place for the weapon? What is that for? There's a notched something rather here. I get to hold up the things. You pretend to 3D print? Well, that's one way of doing it. You need to print a big one of these? You absolutely do. The Recognizer? And FPV drone flying. See, that's the thing. I'm not into the drone thing. Even when they, were hugely popular, I was, not into them. At all. I'm still not into them. I mean, it's interesting to see people use them. But me, I'm not into them. This is a cool figure, dude. This is so cool. 5 POA for life. You and I, if you do not know anything about me, then know this. I love 5 POA action figures. Specifically G.I. Joe. Now, thanks to Super 7. Here's the Snake Eyes variant. Allegedly, this one glows in the dark red. It's a red glow-in-the-dark Snake Eyes, the variant. You might remember from the episode where he gets the radioactive canister. Steals it, I believe, from Cobra! It's in focus. And then is picked up by this particular person and his dog sled team. That's what I was basically taking out of the package, getting prepared. Jedi's gonna have fun with this for like a day. She's like, oh yeah. She doesn't watch any of the cartoons that I watched. She doesn't watch any of the cartoons that Diana watched either, so it's not something she does. She did watch the He-Man episode the other night. She did watch that. I'll give her that. What do you got there? Coaster Darth Vader. A Darth Vader coaster on Prusa printers? Funny. I am your IT support. Probably won't print that, though. That would not be a good coaster. You love building them? What? Wait. You love building drones? Shut up. Yeah, the Major Joe. This autofocus is thanks to the Canon, Sony ZV-1. It's the one that I've recommended. This is the reason that Loyal Moses bought his. So many have purchased theirs based on that. Hey Heath, glad the surgery went well. Full of morphine. That's the only way to watch me. Is full of morphine. And like M. Hoken noted, hope you have a speedy recovery. You're almost done with building a hexacopter with iNav, so GPS flight pass and FPV acrobatic flights. Dude, that sounds way geeky, the Zolan, that's a compliment coming from me. That's not me saying, oh, that's horrible. Any kind of geeky pursuit is interesting to me. You got sucked into the ad. Oh, the ad started. Oh, noes. Sorry, the Zolan. Oh, he can't hear me. He's watching an ad. Sorry. I'll repeat it when the ad's over. I gotta wait for the ad to end. It said ads in progress. It was auto playing. Hang on. Almost done. Almost done with the ad. Almost finished. Is it? No? Ow. Ow. Did the ad finish playing, Zolan? Okay, he's back. Okay, so I was saying that sounds incredibly geeky. The Zolan. Or just Zolan. The Zolan. I guess there are many Zolan out there. Is that fair? Man Cave, aka Heath, notes, I have on my YouTube channel videos of me 3D printing drones and flying them. I didn't even realize you could 3D print drones. Like, that's news to me. I had no idea that was even possible. I suppose anything's possible. But I didn't realize that was something that, that people did. Recently, someone else started using. Really? Wow, that is kind of funny. There's only one Chris... Well, no, I can't say that. There are, like, at least 3 Chris Perillos. There's Chris Parillo, Chris Perillo. Like, the different vowels. Perillo. Like, they're multi... We've got a Chris Perillo club. But it's very exclusive. P-E, P-A, P-U. Variations of the spelling. It's kind of funny. Would I rather use a Pixel 6 or an old school Nokia, for example, N95? Oh, a Pixel 6, between the two. Though I'm very happy not to have a Pixel 6. In fact, I'm probably more excited not to use it. I'm so excited to not use that. Because the software... That's the beginning and beginning and end of that. You can 3D print the frames, mounts, cameras, antennas, all kinds of stuff. Printed frames are okay. Carbon fiber's better. Which is not why you need to build a CNC soon, dude. Zolan, that is way beyond me. Me, like I find a file that's Star Wars related, and I'm done. I'm good. In fact, tomorrow, it is highly possible, probable, really, that I'm going to be printing New Republic credits. And I want to do that because they were featured in not the Mandalorian, sorry, Book of Boba Fett. So I've got I found a model that seems to be ample. They need to be printed, and then they'll need to be spray painted, either silver or gold, silver and gold. So I'm gonna do like, 5, spray paint those, and then 5 others, that kind of thing. Would I rather play an old school Star Wars game like Rogue Squadron? I loved Rogue Squadron, or Leader, or MMO style Star Wars like Old Republic. I beat Rogue Squadron. I played Rogue Squadron 3D on the PC. Way back in the day. Like eons ago. Like beyond anything you could ever remember. Unless you can remember. Unless you're old enough to remember. That's right. In the first episode of Book of Boba Fett. No worries, Zolan. Thank you again for the raid. Happy to make your acquaintance. Meet you virtually. Give you a follow. Something like that. Yeah. So shout out again to the Zolan. Not to be confused with the other Zolan. Completely different person. This is the... You were looking at Rogue Leader on GameCube the other day. It doesn't run well in emulation. Rogue Leader? Was that it? I thought it was Rogue Squadron. I didn't play Rogue Squadron on the GameCube. It was a PC game for me. One of my drones I 3D printed. Dude, that's incredible. Seriously, that's impressive. I couldn't go that route. I have little to no interest. This is fascinating to me. Pressing a button and having an object, that's awesome. Building electronics, not as much. Not a thing. Is that at your link, Keith? The replicator. One day, Major Joey. One day we will have a replicator. I do believe that. It's not likely to happen in our lifetime. Mighty Bean notes, and good to see you. Wait till you start putting electronics in your prints. That hasn't happened yet either. New Future Tech, good to see ya. You must like NFTs now. You keep tweeting about them. I know. New frackin' toys. NFTs. I threw you a bone. That's not really a bone. It is a Boba Fett figure. This one's incomplete. Speaking of Boba Fett figure, I gotta show you something else. Do I remember the old board game Dark Tower? Just finished a 3D reproduction. I do not remember that. Yeah, the value of this 2,000. Right. The link on your 3D printing, your drone. Yeah, no worries, Heath. No worries whatsoever. Give me a second. I gotta get a picture of this. This is... Thank you for the raid, the Zolog. Wait. Oh. Where's it? Is it going?
Is it going?
Thank you for the raid, the Zolon.
Thank you for the raid, the Zolon.
I am Boba Fett, and you are my bounty.
I am Boba Fett, and you are my bounty.
It's a new doll. Action figure. Jedi likes it. I like it. It's fun. Let me go ahead and get the capture of it. It comes with a rocket firing jetpack. The rocket firing jetpack itself is attached by way of... Oops, dropped my butt head. Attached by way of Velcro. Give me a second. And then it's got this... It's a rocket firing jetpack, but it's weird. It's like... It's kind of lame. The rocket firing part. Really... So we took it off because Jedi kept popping it off. And I was like, well, she's having fun with the... Jedi was having a ton of fun with this. So, you know, we just figured that, you know, we'd take the backpack off. And that was that.
Jedi was having a ton of fun with this. So, you know, we just figured that, you know, we'd take the backpack off, and that was that.
Can you hear it? Encanto is so good. We are 2/3 the way through Encanto. We started watching it this evening, Kim, and then I had to start the stream, so we kind of had to put it on pause. But yeah, we got 2/3 the way through. I mean, it's interesting in the sense that, okay, I mean, good animation. You can definitely tell Lin-Manuel Miranda is the person leading the lyrics and the music. You can tell his style. But I don't know where it's going. Like, usually I'm like, okay, I can feel where it's gonna go. I may not know how it's gonna get there, but this one was it's a little tricky to predict. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm interested in seeing how this turns out. I didn't, and honestly, RC Maniac, I'm with you. I did not realize that Encanto was on Disney Plus as well. Someone had mentioned it in chat. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, for real. I'm like, oh, had no idea. No idea. Just like I had no idea I had a dog with a lame leg. I'm gonna have to adjust it, but maybe after it was... Oh, wait, it may be going back to normal. Hang on. I may not need to... Or, no, wait, that's it. Yeah, no, I will need to. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong dog, apparently, for the dog sledding. That's the sound a dog sled team makes. Dashing through the snow in a dog sled open sleigh. You don't want to say anything? Okay, yeah, Kim, don't. Don't say anything. You've gotten bored with easy-to-predict TV shows and movies? Well, RC Maniac, if you can predict this, I don't know where it's going. I'm like, it's not easy to guess. Like, it's not, like, sitting there. I'm like, well, maybe, kind of, but, like, yeah, you can tell, but not really. It's a mystery to me. I need to call in Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I need some help from you now. The Harlem Globetrotters are here, shooting hoops. If Disney was to sell the rights to Star Wars, everything, would you rather have Nickelodeon buy Star Wars or have Universal Studios buy Star Wars? Universal Studios. Nickelodeon would be nice, but they're definitely way more younger kids, tweens, teens. That's their genre. If only your food would arrive. I had my food. See, that's the sad thing. Like when you eat food before the stream, you can't really enjoy it after the stream. Midnight Smith coming in with a cheer. We don't talk about brew. No. I got that far. Spoilers. Scooby-Doo showed the entire world that all monsters were just bad people. Yeah. But isn't that the truth, Lord Curmudgeon? You think about it. Monsters are just bad people. Isn't that just reality now? So long as Universal doesn't burn up the original Star Wars film. I don't think anything is going to happen with the original Star Wars film. Wait a minute, Kurt, did you just watch the Book of Boba Fett tonight? Kurt? You just watched it tonight? I'm happy because I get to watch, I mean, I could watch it unlimited times, but I watch it twice. I watch these episodes twice. Once to see it when I wake up, and the second time when Jedi's watching it for the first time. So I can enjoy it like a fine wine. You haven't watched Star Wars since Solo. Really? That's been a while. You watched it last night when it went live at 3 a.m. Wait, did it go live late for you? Wow, I had no idea there was that much of a delay. Or are all people monsters? It is possible. What did Diana think of it? She seemed to like it. She wanted to know where it went. Both of them at the end of the episode were all like, "What? Wait, huh? No, that's it?" They wanted more, which I take as a good sign. You just watched the original theatrical the other night? Wait, of what? Theatrical of what? Should have launched at midnight. Was 3 a.m. for you. Well, that was like last night. The original theatrical? Oh. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking musical. I'm like, theatrical. I was thinking like theater, like stage theater. I'm like, wait, what? You watched Han Solo and Rogue One today? Good movies. Solo was fantastic. You know, with the special editions, and I know some fans are picky about it. I guess I'm far less picky about Star Wars than they are. I just remember vividly knowing that Star Wars, and I was in college at the time, knowing that Star Wars, well, was I? I may have just kind of done my undergrad, or had I? How did that go? I had graduated. I must have graduated. I'm trying to think of the timeline. Yeah, I must have graduated. And I remember going to the theater. I remember being in the theater and seeing Star Wars on the big screen for the first time in I don't know how long. That was exciting. That was a thrill. So I kind of let, you know, everything that happened in the movie just kind of wash over me. Hey TC Jamie, you're gonna binge Mandalorian before you hit Boba Fett? Not a bad idea, but you don't need to. There's nothing that I feel, apart from maybe the second half of the second season of The Mandalorian, that might be valuable in going into the Book of Boba Fett. Kurt notes, I don't like it when they try to go back and fix a movie. The film was a product of its time, needed to be treated as such. To modify the original trilogy is to whiz on a Picasso. You know, I guess I'm not as picky or particular about it. I enjoyed it. I loved that we got more. I mean, but I remember as well the feeling I got after Return of the Jedi as a kid, thinking we would never get another Star Wars. That was it. That was it. We'd never see another Star Wars. And then as Star Wars toys kind of faded away, that was also, you know, a pretty big disappointment. You know, I fell into, you know, other figure lines like G.I. Joe, although not as happy with G.I. Joe as much as I am now with the Super 7 5 POA. It's so funny. It's genuinely funny to me. I just remember that feeling. And then I remember in college, when I was in college, I remember word, like, it was like one of those entertainment shows, like entertainment magazine shows, like, oh, there's going to be a new Star Wars, and they were saying, okay, it's going to be less like the original trilogy and more political intrigue, so different, but it was going to be Star Wars. And that was the first time I heard anything about, well, what would be the prequels, right? So I remember when I heard about the prequels, I got excited. I remember seeing the special edition, I got excited. Because those moments had been preceded by people, or by, you know, basically word suggesting that there was not going to be another Star Wars. That was it. They were done. It wasn't coming back. That was it. And that was depressing. I was like, oh man. I mean, I just felt it could have gone on forever. And it didn't. And you know what? I'm not going to say I'm glad it played out the way it did. Wish it played out differently. But, you know, imagine if they tried a live-action TV series before now. Would it have been done as well? And I'm not sure if it would have, as much as I wanted one. Mango says, then they brought a Misa to the screen. They did. I mean, it didn't bother me. Jar Jar Binks didn't bother me as much as other people it bothered him. Or he bothered them. Papa Bear says, I grew up with the 12-inch G.I. Joes. I think someone was mentioning that earlier. One of our new followers tonight, Major Joey, wanted me, he was joking, I think, printing or 3D printing some kind of a vehicle. There you go, Major Joey right there. I didn't grow up with the 12-inch Joes. I don't know what I would have done with a 12-inch Joe. I wouldn't have been interested. The Army and the military stuff wasn't my thing. You know, the Army men, right? You know, the little green Army men, not necessarily my thing. It was the only thing that I was interested. The G.I. Joe series interested me because of the cartoon. The He-Man series interested me because there was no more Star Wars. That gap was just wide, right? Mask interested me because I love Kenner's style of making toys, personally. But it was the smaller scale that ultimately won me over. My brother Ben first got G.I. Joe stuff and liked the G.I. Joe stuff. And then when the characters became a lot more, what was the best way to put it? Like, less military, more kind of futuristic sci-fi fantasy, that's when I really started to get into Joes. The military stuff wasn't my thing. Never really my thing. How's my experience going to see episode 1 in the theaters? It was great. I enjoyed it. Mango says, more than the bucket in the corner of the room you got your colonic in. I have yet to get a colonic, I'm happy to say. Major Joey says, friggin' old as can be. Yeah, the 12-inch Joes, yes. I would say, I mean, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so a 12-inch Joe would have been my era. But it wasn't until the Star Wars figure line, specifically the AT-AT driver, that's what won me over. I'm not upset. I wish my dad would have provided more of an array of choices. It didn't happen, for better or for worse. And if anything, that's why, I've been adamant to make sure that our daughter has a variety of things. Not just one type of thing, a variety of this, that, and the other thing. As much as possible without seeming like it's just the same thing. And she does. She's got a variety of toys and fandoms tied to different things. Not just one thing or another. Because you never know. In fact, I think she was joking, I think, today or last night. She said, oh, people only want to come over because they want to play with my toys. I'm like, yeah, that's how kids are. You always want what you can't have. I wish my dad was like your dad. I wish my dad was like your dad. You always want what you can't have. Always. It's a given. There's also a guy called Rescue Jim, Papa Bear. I'm not sure. Never heard of that. Mango notes, until they do the whole Darth Jar Jar theory. I watched it. It was hilarious. Hey Avaline, good to see you. Sorry, I'm just catching up with chat here. Shush, Chris, I can hear the nurse coming around. Oh boy. Avaline, good to see you. And welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Hey, Ranwin. Mango's got to hit the booze store to stock up for tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Oh, yeah. So what am I doing tomorrow? I mean, I'm going to be here, right? I have a feeling, I mean, am I going to be celebrating East Coast New Year's? I think I can make that, because, like, okay, so midnight, 11, 10, 9. So that's 9 o'clock East Coast time. I think we may have to celebrate, like, East Coast New Year's on the stream, or for the stream. I feel I can go that far. But me stretching from 6 to midnight, that's 6 hours, dude. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Some people want a Jar Jar Binks Disney series. Well, we had Jar Jar in the Clone Wars. Ever so briefly. Oh, thank you, Papa Bear. Oh my god. I got a push notification. People are just judging Book of Boba Fett way too soon. Stream till midnight. I big fan. I'll stream until East Coast midnight. I feel I can do that. Might as well just watch a recording of last year's. You, for me, you'll be in the new year before me. You'll be chatting from the future. You're doing that now, Dark Toy Lord. Dark Toy Lord, did you see? I didn't see if you caught this, but I opened the G.I. Joe dog sled team for the person who rescued a radioactive Snake Eyes. Don't know if you caught that. The new Santa. Krusty's going to be drunk by East Coast midnight. You missed it? What? One of the dogs I'm going to have to like put into warm water for the legs because they kind of got bent out of shape. Papa Bear, the way I look at the first Boba Fett episode is it was more closure than anything and setup. We'll see. I'm not going to pass judgment. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying... is it Star Wars? Yes. Then I'm enjoying it. Got a purple. Fair enough. Dun, 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 dun. Now that song is in my head. Bouncing around. Da, da, da. TC Jamie asked, have I missed a day of streaming yet since I started? Well, for this year, no. My New Year's resolution was to live stream at least once every day in 2021. Now that we've made it through the year, tomorrow I will have officially fulfilled my New Year's resolution. That was it. That was my goal. That was it. There was nothing apart from just doing it once a day in 2021. Now that said, even though it's no longer my New Year's resolution, I do plan on continuing daily. So I've done 360, at least that. I mean, I've done more than that in my life. According to Twitch, over 7,000 followers, over 200 subscribers, 107,000 views. I'm not sure how many hours accrued. Internet's gonna go down. No, I'll figure out how to make it work, Marshmallow Man. Don't you worry about that. TC Jamie, if you continue watching, I will continue streaming. It has been transformative for me. I will say that. Live streaming gives me something to do in the evening, something to look forward to. Something that makes me feel productive. Something that gives me a chance to connect with like-minded people. To talk. Whereas some days I may not be able to talk about all the things I want to talk about with anybody. Got into 3D printing. Because of doing a live stream. And that was transformative. Wish I could 3D print a new leg for my dog here. That's not going to happen. I'm going to have to take him off. Ow. Yeah, see, the legs got crossed. So I'm going to stick it in warm water. Do I download archive save streams? Yes. Most of them automatically get exported to a YouTube channel. Not one of these two, but like this one. If you go to that YouTube channel. Mighty Bean notes, hoping to start streaming again. Partially inspired by the commitment. My commitment. Thank you, Mighty Bean. I wish you well on your journey. All things are possible. Because like I said, it was like, I got through 2020, and that was a hellish year. 2020 was bad. 2021 was marginally better. Just like these are your legs right now. Like this dog. That's great. Yeah, this Dark Toiler could appreciate it. It just did not. I know, Fucho. Oh, you just timed out yourself. I love how Fucho at least is timing out himself. What you should do is put together a recap video to show on New Year's Eve. Why? No. Big fan. No. I'm not a video editor. If you want a recap video, just go watch a video. Watch something that was archived. There you go. There's your recap video. To recap, I streamed. I came, I saw, I streamed. Veni, Vici, Vidi? Yeah, I came, I saw, I streamed. Veni, Vidi, Vidi? Vici? Well, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. To borrow from the Latin. Veni, Vidi. Veni, Vidi. Video? Yeah, I think TC Jamie, that would have to be it. How often am I going to stream how am I going to stream next year? Hey, Asgardian Wookie, good to see you. Probably every day. Big fan. I mean, I have no intention on stopping it. It was just like seeing if I could do it. And I knew I could. It was a reasonable ask of me. The biggest thing that I was trying to counter was feeling like I was getting through the end of every day without a sense of accomplishment. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, ignoring what I might have been doing for Intel last year in 2020. But, like, you know, getting through 2020, it was just challenging for everybody. But I watched, I would say for years, not doing anything like a stream. I would, at the end of a day, get to the end of the day, right? And then watch the news. And I would get sucked into the news. And it got to the end of 2020, I'm like, dude, I just can't, I mean, I'm watching this stuff and it's repetitive, and it's like, what am I learning? And there's nothing that's coming from this. It passes the time, but it's not fulfilling. And I needed something that fulfilled me in a creative way, to express that, you know, and to communicate in a creative way, and to feel like, you know, I'm getting something certainly out of that time. And so for me, what I get out of it is being able to hang out with like-minded people. That's what I get out of it. Everything else is just, it's icing on the cake. TC Jamie says, compared to the vlog days, which do you think you enjoy more, streaming or recorded content? Well, I'm still doing the vlogs, or we are still doing the vlogs. Sorry, I'm in the process of trying to get the dog legs properly separated until I can get them into hot water. I would say the vlogs were easy to do. Easy, relatively speaking. I enjoyed the output of the vlogs, but I'm way more of a streamer. I ought to commit to streaming in color instead of black and white. Oh, funny, Mark. Funny. Maybe one day I'll do color streaming. I feel streaming. That's my medium. It's where I feel most comfortable. I mean, because I do it and it's done. I feel that like I was editing the next vlog. I've got, well, the one after the one you're gonna see. The Christmas vlog is getting published on New Year's, and then Saturday morning, and then a week later, that's the one I'm editing now. It's beefy in the sense that it's been a snow week. So we've got a lot of stuff that we were doing. And in the average week, we may not do a lot, which kind of leaves me not struggling, but it's not easy to do a vlog if you're the one who has to make sure it gets done, so to speak. So Diana committed to helping, and I anticipate that to hold true.
Adeline French cheered X100. You are such an inspiration, Chris. It's such an amazing accomplishment that you streamed every day without fail, but most importantly, you were there for your community every single day. Thank you so much.
Aveline, you're the next person I want to see streaming, because I think you would do well. I really do. You have a built-in community too. That's the wonderful thing. Big Fan says, I keep hearing about features from Twitch coming over to YouTube. Oh yeah, of course. It's a features race. But, you know, honestly, it's not so much the features. It's the implementation. No, increases luck. He's going to get hit by a bus tomorrow. I hope not. Hope we don't make it this far and to get hit by a bus. Sorry, I'm still trying to get the plastic because it shipped and the leg was crossed. So trying to get it spread out a bit more. This isn't going to do it like stick it in warm water will do it. Jenna's gonna see it. I'm surprised she hasn't come upstairs and seen the dogs or the dog sled. 5 POA GI Joes. Get GI Joe figures, new Star Wars figures, new Transformers figures. This is like, I'm living my best life ever. I will never consort to the toxicity of YouTube. Mark, you're not far off. In fact, I guess I was featured in a YouTube video. Linus Sebastian, aka Linus Tech Tips, featured me or my name or something in a video he did talking about how some people, you know, used to be better known than they are. I'm like, well, that's not inaccurate. It's just that I was never really much of a YouTuber. I was always a live streamer. I was streaming on Ustream, and I was very happy doing that. I'm happier streaming on Twitch than I was producing video for YouTube. That's for sure. As much as I would love to crack the nut for YouTube, I don't think it's going to happen. So, you know, as much as I want to commit to doing a weekly vlog on YouTube, I've got to be very careful about that. And the reason why is, as I've said with any other setting of goals, you've got to be careful when you set a goal contingent on somebody else's output. So if Diana is not there, and I'm not able to get footage, it's just like, well, why publish something if it's not worth publishing? You know? So I just don't feel like I can commit to a weekly vlog, like hardcore, or at least as a New Year's resolution. You still want to try your hand at podcasting? I would love to do a podcast. It's just that producing a podcast takes time. It takes time and effort and production. I mean, honestly, did I have a dream about this the other night? I want to say I did. I long wanted to reboot the Locker Gnome brand as pop culture. I'm not as, you know, steeped as some are. But I still feel that, you know, it would be fun to do. I just can't do it on my own. I can't do anything on my own. The stream I can handle. The stream I can, yeah, I'm here and I'm talking, etc. But a lot of those endeavors are easier to do when you've got a partner. Yes, Zero Cool. Thank you. By the way, Zero Cool, I'm still waiting for the December, I think it's the December patch to get pushed to the Galaxy S21. I think do I have a December update? I thought there was a newer one, but maybe not. You'll come on my podcast? Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies. That's awesome. You'd love a podcast, Eddie? Well, here's the thing. What would I talk about? Because I've done a podcast before, and it's like, ultimately, I have to drive it, and without a focus, it never really found an audience. I'm like, yeah, it just didn't work. You'd love to be a part of an ensemble podcast, like a D&D game? Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but what I would love is, again, pop culture. I think, if anything, my head steers towards that. Because my head is like, I love entertainment, obviously Star Wars, but, you know, entertainment, pop culture, toys, but I wasn't as much into comics. And in my, you know, my hope would have been to complement that interest with others, and it just never came together. It never had come together. I couldn't gel on anything, because as much as I love Star Wars, or I love toys, or even I'll go as far as to say, as much as I'm interested in 3D printing, I don't think I could ever lead a 3D printing podcast, or a 3D printing show, or a 3D printing channel, or a 3D printing stream, as much as I'm doing it. Because I have too many other interests, and that's what I like about Twitch. You don't have to be pigeonholed as, you only do Lego. No, I don't. You only do G.I. Joe stuff. Nah, not really. You only do toy stuff. Nah, Star Wars. Nah, I'm all over the map in that sense. So, yeah, I would love to, I'm kind of with Mighty Bean. I'd love to be a part of an ensemble podcast. And I feel that the one I would love to do would be pop culture entertainment. Podcast or vlogcast? Vlogcast would be fun, for sure. Why not a Boba Fett discussion show? Mighty Bean, that would be fun, but also short-lived. You know, whereas entertainment's more ongoing. Star Wars would be great, but there's so many Star Wars podcasts, just like there's so many entertainment podcasts, just like there's so many streams. So it's like figuring out where that is. Kurt says, so a pop culture podcast, like a weekly recap of all the shows you watched that week, that'd be an interesting way to have a constantly rotating list of programming. Kurt, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And that's what, if I had a chance to reboot Locker Gnome, it would be like that. Entertainment, pop culture. Because there's so many fandoms I don't know enough about, but I could talk about, right? Or might be interested in, but I couldn't lead that conversation. Locker Gnome was, I tried doing that before I kind of sunset everything. I tried doing that with Locker Gnome. Tried to go pop culture, but it just didn't. I couldn't pivot, if you will. I couldn't be the only one doing it. And honestly, the vlog I felt had a higher return than anything else that I had done before then. So if Locker Gnome came back, I would love to see it come back as pop culture. And the Locker Gnome Nerds and Geeks, right? The stream team, right? Because some people love Lego. Some people are geeking out about Star Wars. Some people are geeking out about 3D printing. It's these people with, wide array of interests. Blogs aren't what they used to be. Brands aren't what they used to be. I always wanted to build something bigger than myself. I always wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. One of the reasons I love working at Intel is because it gives me a chance to exercise that. Liz was a part of my team in an official capacity years ago. And she stuck with me, as have others. Ryan Pearson shows up every so often. I'm still, I'm not going to say friends with every one of them, but I would say in touch on a regular basis with many of them. Matt Hartley actually started posting a lot of nostalgic stuff. So I love the retro stuff. I love the retro. I love the modern, the pop culture, the entertainment, the toys, these cultural conversations that I feel are worth having. Pop culture conversations.
X100, what I miss. Had to pop out to snag this deal on an Anycubic Mono X.
Well, the Midnight Smith, thank you. I hope your credit card company does not call you tonight. Wondering if you're really legitimately cheering here on Twitch. I caught that tweet. Yikes. And thank you for following. See you all from here. You must be living in the future. So pop culture shows something like Kevin Smith's Comic Book Men and what he does on YouTube? Possibly. But again, it takes more than one person. It takes a multitude of people. It takes planning, right? And it takes balance. It takes production. But yeah, I would love to do something like that. I would love to do that. With Locker Gnome, and I don't think it's not something I'm planning for, but I would love to do more with live streaming. I'd love to be a part of more live streams. I love it. I mean, I eat it up. I enjoy it immensely. Immensely. But there's only so much one person can do. There's only so much. And I can handle a live stream, off the cuff, doing this kind of stream because it's easy. I can just rattle things off and go. Audio only podcast, pretty easy setup these days from what I understand. Platforms like Spotify's make it dead simple too. Yeah, well, not only that, but like even Spaces on Twitter. You can record now Spaces on Twitter so you can get a live audience and kind of, maximize that. See, if I did Locker Gnome, I wanted Locker Gnome to be so much more than it was, and I struggled with it. I struggled with it because there's only so much one person can do, only so much talent I have, only so much time I have, only so much expertise that I have, interest, all that. But Locker Gnome, I just feel with the right direction, I mean, I'm not going to say it could come back. Don't call it a comeback. But there's still a promise and potential of unifying these types of conversations under that kind of brand if it met a certain criteria, right? Because I don't want to get caught in the Chris Perillo show. This is me. Obviously, this is me direct. But like something that stretches beyond you. God, I had a dream about this. I swear I did. I swear I did. Do I still own all the Locker Gnome rights? Yes. I do. Everything. Stem to stern. It was geeky. I mean, it really was. Blogging changed. I mean, everything changed the world. But I started Locker Room in 96. And then evolved it to a series of newsletters. Most of them were, I mean, they were all pretty much related to tech. And that was the niche. And then as I started doing live streaming, it was tech, but I was going beyond that. Because, I mean, I'm a person. And you, as an individual, have multiple interests. And then when the vlogging thing happened, then I became much more at ease in being myself and not just myopically one topic or another. But that's where I kind of go back to the idea of pop culture, of like, what's the conversation? What's the cultural conversation this week? Well, the conversation this week is Book of Boba Fett. What's the conversation next week? The conversation next week is CES. The conversation the week after that, it's all, what's in the zeitgeist, right? But I would be much happier having pop cultural conversations, entertainment conversations, I think, than anything else. Because I enjoy it. I mean, I'm always... Seemingly, in 2021, I'm not going to say every night, but, like, darn near every night I was watching a new episode of something. Or a new movie. To wit, Book of Boba Fett a day ago. Tonight, Encanto. Tomorrow, earlier tonight, Encanto. Possibly finishing it tonight after the broadcast. Star Trek Discovery is the next one that I'm going to be watching. You heard it here, folks. Talking CES next week. There's not much to talk about. No one's going. And, honestly, having been to CES, it wasn't... I know other people love it. That's great. Man, if that's your thing, that is so cool. I'm glad you have a thing. My thing, my CES, is Star Wars Celebration. That's my CES. Having been to CES, having been to electronic shows and tech shows, I've been. I know how I feel about it. And I'm telling you, Star Wars Celebration was just, I felt at home. How'd I come up with the name Locker Gnome? It was an old high school nickname that I had. I kind of came up with on my own too. And in college, when I needed a handle for the internet, I didn't really have any. I mean, I had nicknames, but like one that had stuck or was recent in memory was the Locker Gnome. And so I went with the Locker Gnome. I went with Gnome because I had a writing teacher who inspired me to become a writing teacher, only to get very angry at me for becoming a teacher. He unfortunately passed away in recent years, but he was so pissed off. He's like, had you learned nothing, why did you become a teacher? He was so mad. He was so mad at me. But he used to call me Shorty. He was Italian like me, so he'd give as good as he could get. And he called me a whole bunch of Shorty names. And one day he called me Gnome, and I'm like, I kind of like that. I don't know why. Gnome. I had a locker. I was a Locker Gnome. And that's how it came about. So in 1996, when I started a business for myself, I went with Locker Gnome. I could have had any, probably at 96, could have had any domain. And that's the one I went with. Kurt says, I've got gears turning in his head. Well, good luck, Kurt. Hopefully you don't, burn those gears. Did I manage to fix the Boba Fett print from yesterday? I didn't, but he, the artist, or the author of the print, for the lack of a better word, did. He modified the print. He made some adjustments that I thought were well, or smart adjustments that I appreciated. I was able to get, this is the one that I'm keeping. This is the definitive one. The one that I did. I also did two others. One, it kind of fell apart, so I'm going to give it to a neighbor kid. And then this one here, I'm going to give to Jedi. Perceivably, they don't look, any different from one another. They're just subtle differences. But I have to print the shoulder. Wait, this is the one this is my definitive one. Sorry. As I'm, like, breaking everything. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. This is the shoulders. I have to reprint on this, or print for the first time, because they didn't get uploaded in the first model. But yes, the Boba Fett is done. This Boba Fett here It is complete. It does look good. Yeah, it was the definitive one. He did a good job. He took my feedback really well because he knows I put these together. So I'm like, well, arms were a little tight. He says, yeah, he did that because, you know, he didn't want him to get too loose. I'm like, all right, I can deal with it because I can get the arms in. I mentioned that the supports were a little, they didn't work because he does built-in supports. I felt they could have been better optimized for the jetpack. He agreed. He adjusted. They turned out much better with the new jetpack supports. He made a couple of other modifications that weren't as perceivable to me, but it came together rather well. I don't, with the figures, these aren't, I mean, the newer figures that he's done come together really well compared to his earlier figures, for sure. There's nothing wrong with this figure, nothing at all. I like doing them a certain way. And I guess I print them out monochromatically because as much as they would look nice with multiple colors, I kind of like the prototypey looking nature of a single color print, you know, as opposed to a color print, which, you know, kind of gets passed off as kind of an official kind of toy. Not that there's a problem with that, but you feel me. Thank you for following, Tithra. Pardon me if I slaughtered your name. Chitown Deke says, teachers, what would we be without the good ones? Lol, good story. You know, it's true. He was Graz. His last name was Graziano, and yeah, I loved writing in that class. It was college prep English, college prep writing, and I just enjoyed the hell out of it. In fact, the PCs that they used in the classroom, like big PCs, used the gigantic floppy, like the literal floppy disks, which I thought were just so uncivilized. I used the 5 and 3/4 inch floppies, you know, the smaller floppies. They used the big ones, so I was able to get away with it. And then eventually, like 3 3/4 inch, right, or 3.5 inch, 3.5. Not good with the numbers, never really was. It is a really cool green filament. It's a very army greenish one. Will Intel have a presence at CES this year? I'm not in on the plans. Big fan. I know we've got some presentations coming down the pike, though. You remember the big ones. Showing your age. Asgardian Wookiee, as am I. The fact that I talked about that and we had them in high school. Huge floppy disk. Like, humongous. Like, they were just comically large. Now, by today's standards, the 3 3.5 inch discs would be comically large. People call them floppy. They used to call them hard discs. Like, no, those aren't hard discs. Those are floppies, even though they weren't really floppy. We call them floppies. You remember playing games off those things? See, I didn't really do it. You had punch cards in high school. Wow. I think we had punch cards in college. Never messed with them, though. Never messed with punch cards. Probably could have. That would have been the era. Early 90s. First time I got online, for a number of years, my internet experience was on a terminal, a monochromatic green screen terminal. A lot of my internet experience. Green screens. Terminals. And then on certain, you'd want to get an IBM clone in the computer labs, because actually it wasn't a clone, it was an IBM PC, an actual IBM. You wanted one of those because it had a color screen, and you would be able to telnet into a BBS and get colors, as opposed to, you know, bold, lack of color on a terminal screen connected by way of telnet to a BBS or so. Yeah, right on time, D Randolph. We just, for some reason, we've gone off onto the retro rails. You've reused your floppy disks as coasters? Oh, Avaline, nice. Good old dial-up sound. Jedi will have no idea what it is. She'll have no idea. I laugh because I know inevitably her kids will find everything she did to be archaic, right? What? You used to have to touch your screens? How did that work? Yeah. The dial-up sound is definitely indelibly intertwined with my synapses that fire. You always seem to walk into the room at the best time. Well, you should, because this is the, what is this, the Army Green? Yeah, Army Green. I'm printing a Vader in Army Green. The only thing I'm concerned about with this is not the filler, or not the filament color. Thank you, One Man Band, for following. Welcome to the Play Shop. Kids don't understand audio cassettes. Oh, wow. Jedi barely understand CDs. This is my only concern with this model as I zoom in. Because of how I had to print it out. Let me go ahead and flip cameras here. Upside down. There's some layer line issues, which could have been due to a little bit of wobble with those initial layers, possibly. I'm a little concerned about that with the helmet. It got better as it moved up the model. But we'll see. We'll see how it looks when I get it off the bed. And if anything, what I may do next time, because I'm going to try this again to see if I can mitigate it. I'll do it in another color. I don't know which color yet. Maybe a red, because I've done it in your chocolate brown. David Randolph, I'm officially renaming your tree brown to chocolate brown. Me, unofficially. I did the Vader in that. RC Maniac's favorite story, someone showing a floppy disk to a modern kid and then responding, oh cool, you 3D printed the save icon. Oh wow. Wow. Asgardian Wookiee, still remember back in the dial-up days, I'd be up late at night and have to reconnect the internet and didn't want folks to know, so I was up late, so I tried to muffle the dial-up sound with a pillow. Wow. You could do what was it, AT0? What was the command? What was the AT command for silencing the modem? Because you could make it silent. Completely silent. I remember ATDT, right? You know, dial tone. But it was like H0 or something 0, wasn't it? One of y'all gotta know. Meanwhile, I got a super deluxe CD set for Christmas. Oh, Kurt. Old school CDs. Heck, in high school, I used to paper punch tape to run programs. Wow. What about the mini CDs and a fake Walkman? I don't remember those. Did I make a Back to the Future 2 reference a few minutes ago? Did I? It is entirely possible. Alright, RC Maniac. Don't share any spoilers. I'll be finishing Encanto possibly tonight after the stream. Didn't even know I could silence it. That would have solved my muffling problem. It would have Asgardian Wookiee. What was it? Hang on. Hang on. I gotta Google this. I gotta look this up. Silence modem handshake sound. How to silence the hissing modem. August 31st, 2002. Hang on. That sound is called a handshake. It's the audio signal that your modem sends to your internet service provider, ISP. Hang on. Oh, hang on. You could change this PC speaker on this one. Never mind. That's an old Windows XP tip. No. Come on. AT command. Okay, hang on. AT command. Haze command set. Yeah. Give me a second. Can you hear it? Sorry, Diana picked up the phone, so I got kicked offline. That's what happened there at the end of the handshake. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. How to disable this hissing sounds. Give me a second. No, it keeps telling me. Give me an AT command. Come on. ATM0. ATM0. So it was M0 was the command. M0. I knew it was a 0 something. That was the Hayes command set. See if I can find a... No carrier. Yep, speaker off. So M0 was speaker off. Or L0, possibly. I used to transfer files by way of Kermit. I used Kermit. I used Kermit and Z-Modem. I remember using Kermit. Z-Modem I used on a... God, what? How did I use Z-Modem? Through a client. God, what was it called? Procom Plus? Was that the name of it? Oh my God. Hang on. Procom Plus? Was that what it was called? Oh my God. If this is what it's... Oh my God, it was Procom Plus. Terminal emulation and file transfers. Oh my God. The website is still up. Oh my God. Wow. It supports Kermit. Wow. Procom Plus. I still remember the fact that I remember that. Oh my God. Oh jeez. I remember there were two competing clients. Procom Plus was, in my humble opinion, that was the one to beat. There was another one though that I hated. I just did not like it at all. Tellus? Was it Tellus? No, not Tellus. What was it? Tellus? What was it called? I can't remember. This was all over FTP? Oh yeah, naturally. I think it was shareware. I never had a CompuServe ID though, that I know of. I might have. I Z-modemed, for sure. That's wild, seeing a website from 96. Yeah, no doubt. Takes me back. You were modeming back in 91? Yep. Telex! Thank you! That was it. Telex. Actually, did I like Telex? Actually, hang on. I liked Telex more than Procom Plus. Oh my God. Yeah, that takes me back. Oh my God. Yeah. Telex. For DOS, naturally. Telex. I hated the Windows client. Loved Lynx. Lynx was awesome. Telex. Oh man. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Telex. That was it. I used Telex to connect to the internet in my dorm room. Telex. Stuff makes me feel old. Yeah, tell me about it, dude. You were moding back in 7980? Wow. With acoustic couplers and everything. I definitely was not going back that far. I didn't start doing it until college. Oh, We got charades. I know we have another charades I may have to punt on because, well, now we've got a mod, so. All right, 2 words. Movie. First word. Tickle. Definitely not tickle. Okay, let's try doing... I'll try to do number 2. So that was the first word. This is the second word. Poor me. Not quite Mutant Man. Not man, but... Now remember, first word, second word, not man, but... First word, Crypto Bro. Definitely not a film. First word, second word, first word, it's not money. And guy is the second word. Win Ben 10. Second word is guy. First word is free guy. That's right. Not money. Free. Mutant Man got it first. Wreck-It Rob. Add points to Mutant Man. Y'all were a day late and $1 short. And by the way, speaking of, I was not expecting this to wrap when it did, but it's like 15 minutes left on the print, so gonna see it through. Kind of happy. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I'm hoping it turns out better than the other one did. The other one turned out fine. It's just the amount of supports were just crazy. Annoying, the amount of supports on the other one. So it's like, as much as I would want to reprint and reprint, unless I can figure out how to make it work and work well, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try it again. I'm going to slow down the first few layers, really slow it down. I'm going to add a raft, and then see where it goes from there. I don't even know what that is. Is that a TV show, Kurt? What is it? What is it? I hate when y'all... It's a movie? I don't even know this. Oh, man. Woo. These winter nights, man. I've never heard of that movie, Kurt. I'm going to go with Liz's suggestion, though. Here we go. Mango, it is cold out there. Okay, here we go. It's a TV show. 2 words. First word. actually, I'm going to describe what the TV show was. Mr. Belvedere. I was trying to be a Belvedere. I don't know, like prim and proper. Mr. Wreck-It Rob got it. I don't know how else I was going to do that one. That was you try doing a Mr. Belvedere. Not easy. You were half joking? Well, good half joking. You nailed it. You stuck the landing. Oh man. Sorry. Oh. You were thinking Mr. Belvedere, thought I was wrong? Dude, you should always guess. Always guess. Couldn't spell a name fast enough. I don't even know if I could ever spell the name. Good to be old sometimes. Wreck-It Rob. It's not often we can say that, but we can here. It is. You are in a safe, nostalgic zone. It's okay for our Thanksgiving Pictionary. I got Plymouth Rock. Try drawing that. Oh my God, I could do Plymouth Rock. I bet. I do like a stone and like a kind of a beach of sorts, and then an old ship, like a Mayflower. And point at the rock. I could do that. I could do Plymouth Rock. Clearly not old enough if you haven't seen Marty. No. Never have. Pilgrim Hat would have worked too. Yeah. That might have helped. Pictionary I feel I can handle. Sometimes. Although with Jedi it's a little challenging because she's too young. She doesn't quite know all the words. And her drawing skills are still getting there. So you got to stay like very, very, very basic. So we've done kind of an ad hoc. We did that for the, it wasn't a vlog. It was a Thanksgiving vlog or right around there. Like Thanksgiving vlog. What do I want to see from Lego in the future? More minifigures. Yes, please. That's it. Absolutely more minifigs. Neverine, thank you for following. Welcome to the Play Shop. Glad to have you here. With all my sound effects going off. Going nuts over here. Here, it's just a second. We've got about 10 minutes left on this print. And then I'm going to take it off and see how it turned out. The front, I'm a little nervous. Because I'm hoping it's going to work. It'll be a minimum amount of supports. But the quality may not be what I want it to be with the Darth Vader head, so I may have to mitigate that. But if supports work out better, I feel like this is going to be a better way of going. And I would love to print out more of these Darth Vader figurines. More Star Wars can never have too much Star Wars. Asgardian Wookiee, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't even, here's the thing. People say, oh, yeah, but no, I don't even have all the Star Wars. Certainly not all the Lego Star Wars. I don't. In fact, the most diverse part of my collection, beyond the Super 7 figures, would be like the 5 POA, the G.I. Joe, and the Transformers, and all them, would probably be the Lego sets. What I like about Legos, though, they're all interchangeable. They're all super high quality. There's no mess, no muss, no fuss. They just work. They interlock. They work. It's a system. That's what I think I've always appreciated about Lego. What do I want to see? Features added to Disney Plus. What do you think they need to do to keep evolving? Don't say more Star Wars. No, I wouldn't say more Star Wars for that. I would just say every streaming service has to up their game. Every one of them. And, I mean, it's been great because, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I swear, it's been a great year. 2021, I cannot think of a time after these nightly streams on Twitch when I didn't have something to turn to. There have been nights when I haven't. But for the most part, with the array of services that we have, inevitably, there's always been one new show or a new season or a new movie to watch in the evening. And I feel that 2021 was just jam-packed with it. Disney Plus needs to do a lot more. They need to do a lot more than what they've been doing. It's good to have the MCU. It's good to have Star Wars, you know, once a week. I have appreciated that, certainly. But there's got to be a lot more. And I think they know that, too. You know, they've got the kid demographic, you know, wrapped up. I mean, Jedi uses pretty much every service that I use, too, to watch, you know, one show or another. Diana really doesn't watch the shows. She's said that she'd like to watch more of that kind of stuff, and I totally believe her too. But finding shows that she and I can watch together without Jedi, not always practical, because Jedi is always around. So any kind of show we watch would have to be family, and it's like I'm not always interested in a lot of that family kind of streaming stuff. The MCU I feel like the next MCU show she might be inclined to watch. I guess it just depends. Kitra landed. Congratulations on the drop. Cobra Kai Season 4. It is coming out tomorrow. I will be watching it. I'll be binging it. I will complete it probably over the weekend. Probably. Suicide Squad spinoff. That's right. Peacemaker coming out. Although, the Suicide Squad movie, I mean, it was fine. It was okay. You know, I cannot think of any movie that I watched that was, you know, set to be released in theaters, but I streamed it instead. I can't think of any one of them. Whether we're talking an MCU movie like Black Widow, or whether we're talking a blockbuster like Mortal Kombat or Suicide Squad. None of them I feel I would have benefited from seeing in the theaters. None of them. Not one. It takes a special something for me to want to spend money to go see something in the theater. A lot. And you know, even now with Spider-Man out, I'm like, you know, it's taken a long time for us to see Doctor Strange and stuff. We could probably wait on Spider-Man too. As much as I really want to see it. Can I justify spending, you know, $50 for the family to see it? I know it's the experience, but like, I'm not gonna go see it unless I know they've seen the movies that would make it make sense. Then I think, okay, yeah, we could probably go see it. Midnight Smith, also a fan of Cobra Kai. Yes. Spielberg wants to do a sequel to E.T. I don't know. So there's been so much time that has passed. I don't know. I get nervous about sequels and prequels these days. Really nervous. And rightfully so. So it's good. It's good. I like being able to watch shows and movies with Diana and Jedi. I really do. I want to be able to do more of it. I would only do it as a way to do a family night. Otherwise, nope. Yeah. You never seen Cobra Kai? Keep hearing good things. Oh, yeah. Wheel of Time is worth catching Asgardian Wookiee. I mean, it's not... I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's good. It's enjoyable. It's not earth-shattering. It's not mountain-moving. But it's fine. It's good entertainment. Cobra Kai, I feel, you know, scratches that itch as well. You know, I need to be entertained. I'm looking for entertainment. Cobra Kai works. Wheel of Time works. For me. They even tried to reboot Alf. Oh, did they? I thought they threatened it, but... you used to be able to do shotgunning, Marshmallow Man. You may need extra equipment for that, though I've never done anything like it, so I couldn't speak to specifics. You started reading the first book, Wheel of Time, so intrigued by the show that wanted to check out the book. Oh, nice. See, I'll let it play out in the show. I'll wait. I'll watch it. I'll let it play out that way. I'm very much looking forward to the. Is it this year that the Amazon? I know The Boys is coming out soon, but the Lord of the Rings Silmarillion coming out. Am I correct in saying that it's 2022? Looking forward to that. In fact, when we know that's a date, I would love to watch the Lord of the Rings movies with Jedi. That would be the time to do it. Although, like I said, we've kind of got a queue of movies that I'd like to watch. I'd really like to watch with her, because I've already seen them. Link aggregation. That's what it was called. So many reboots dead on arrival these days. Yeah. Blind Via, totally agree. I prefer the original stuff. There's a shout out for you, Blind Via. A good reboot, though. I feel Cobra Kai has done a good job. Cobra Kai is a series that was worth watching and keeping. I'm so glad Netflix picked it up. It would have been stupid to drop. Seriously, Cobra Kai was done very well. Second season I seem to enjoy more than the first and the third season. We'll see how the fourth one's going to be. But yeah, it's worth catching up on. It's worth watching. I kind of couch that the way I think it was intended. Just it's a streamy show, right? It's a very campy, fun, nostalgic, well told, good story, believable. Invincible getting another season. I didn't watch Invincible. I started it. I'm like, I don't get into the cartoons as much. Lord of the Rings TV series. Oh, September 2nd. Okay. So we've got some time. You want the live action ATLA on Netflix. ATLA? ATLA. What's that? Is that another video game thing? Oh, Avatar Last Airbender. I would watch that. I mean, I've seen bits of Avatar The Last Airbender, but nothing's really, sucked me in totally. That probably would, though. So I'm hoping then by September, and I'm pretty sure it'll happen by then. There's only like 3 movies for Lord of the Rings. They'll be long ones, but I hope Jedi will enjoy them. We're getting so much good stuff in 2022. That's the thing, is I hope we continue to get good entertainment in these coming years. Like I'm hoping that it's all like outstanding. I'm hoping that we have this never-ending array of entertainment. So by the time you stop watching one thing, another thing pops up. I mean, I'm not saying that has happened, but for the most part, I feel that it's happened for me this year. Sorry about the hiccups now. All right, one moment. I got to get this ready because got another minute or so left on the print. I had to get the camera set to remove supports for the Vader because it's about done. Less than a minute. It's just doing the feet, which I may have forgotten to slice properly. So hopefully it'll stand up okay. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was good. I enjoyed the Harley Quinn cartoon. I didn't stick with it. You can't keep justifying the subscriptions? Oh, I have no choice. Like, if I did not have the subscriptions, I don't know what I would do. I can justify. If I'm watching shows on a regular basis, I can justify the cost. What I can't justify is paying for something that's not being used. Okay, so here we go. Ooh. Oh, no, those are supports. I was like, what happened there? One moment. Let me get this over here. Diabolical Adult Animated Anthology. Oh, really? Okay. I'd watch that, possibly. I'll start it. May not finish it, but I've started a few things that I haven't finished. That's for sure. Okay, so that is that. You haven't used Netflix this month? If I use it once a month, then I feel it's justified. You know, if I get the value out of it. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, based on the movie? This is going to be tricky. Yeah, just as I oh my god. This support was fused to Darth Vader's head. Wait, what the hell? What? Oops, sorry. Wrong view. As I tilted away. There we go. Sorry about that. That was weird. This may not work. What the hell? No, seriously, like the Vader helmet seemingly fused. This is like a top layer there. It's like he's frozen in carbonite here. Oops. Oh, it's the supports. Yeah, so this was my other concern. Get the Dremel. Alright, okay, this is coming out okay. Still not thrilled with the top of the Vader head. No release date yet. That's okay. Like I said, though, fewer supports on this one. Holy cow, dude. It's like right up on his face. Holy sh! This model may be a non-starter. Like I said, this is fewer supports. Ooh. Something's kind of chewed up in there. Unless it's a... No! Oh, Frackle! I broke its foot. Sports chewed off its foot. Oh, man. Well, that's the dangers of supports. Yeah. .3D printed cast, yeah. Well, this was an experiment to see how well it would work. Hey, Evilcron. Vader's lost a leg. Or foot, I should say. Supports, for the most part, easier to remove. If I can get past the leg problem, my next question is, so do I need a better infill there? I had the high ground. I did. Everything else turned out mostly okay. See how I can, or let's see if I can get how well or how easily I can clear out the supports up and around his head, because this is the make or break back here. About his freaking foot. But if I can salvage it, then I can glue it and give it to a neighbor kid. Thank you, old curmudgeon. Appreciate you hanging tonight from the raid. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. I'm just dropping supports left and right here. Yeah, some wacky layer line stuff. Some wacky layer line nonsense happening here. But that said, support-wise, definitely easier to manage. Than the model printing it straight up and down. Getting the supports out from behind the helmet is going to prove to be a challenge, because there's not a lot of not a lot of maneuverability. Moon Knight, yeah, that's right. That one's, who's that star? Is that star what's his name? Poe Dameron? Oscar Isaac? Yeah, is that the one I'm thinking of? Kenobi will come soon. I don't even know what the next Star Wars thing's going to be after Boba Fett. Tell you what, they need a hell of a lot more than just one Star Wars show a year. Oh, man. Why? Why did his foot have to break? Oh, that would be so frustrating. Tom Two Cats, welcome to the Play Shop. I'm just removing supports. Or at least attempting to from this Darth Vader print. I've already lost a foot in the process, though, unfortunately. On the model, not myself. I had the exact same issue with the other Vader that I did standing straight up. Oops, sorry. It's like a little low for you guys. There we go. Earthquake! Do I think she'll watch Ms. Marvel? It's possible. If I watch Ms. Marvel and Diana watches it, then she'll watch it. But apart from that, no. So, basically, the next thing I want to do is the next Marvel show that comes on, I gotta convince Diana that she wants to watch it. And she tells me that she wants to watch more shows. Not that that's becoming a New Year's resolution for her, but plenty of new shows to be watched, that's for sure. Okay, I can see these supports are ready to come out. There we go. Oh man. Never mind, there's more? Holy sh. These Vader helmets. Maybe it's just I want this to work so badly. That's the problem. Ooh. Picard Season 2. That's right, it is coming out. Looking forward to that. Any new Star Trek I'll be happy for. Well, minus the cartoons. Live action Star Trek, I'll qualify it. Good sci-fi. I feel Star Trek's a good, high quality sci-fi. Of course, I also appreciate the surprises that I get too, like, oh, I was never heard of that, and that was fun, you know. The ones you enjoy without knowing that you were looking forward to them. I'm a fan of those types of shows too. Am I murdering him? I am. Die! I already broke off. His foot broke. Loyal. His foot snapped off. I'm really upset about that, because otherwise the model would have been pretty much perfect. I printed this one upside down, Loyal. I don't know if we have a mod here. Say shout out to Loyal. If not, I'll get it here in a second. There we go. I know, I need a resin printer. I know. The resin printer, this would come out perfect. The little Vader. So I'm going to glue his leg back on. I'm probably just going to give it to a kid. I'm thinking I'm going to try reprinting. If I can get through his helmet supports. If not, I mean, this, I tell you what, this, I got a lot further with this one than the chocolate Vader that I printed. The chocolate Vader that I printed was definitely a lot more support heavy. The way I printed the other one. Yeah, we got a raid tonight, Loyal, from I just met him virtually. He's 3D printing a drone. Can't remember his name now. I want to say the Rathtar, but that's not it. Give me a second. I will look it up. You wonder if viewers are more interested in Star Wars or 3D printing? You never know. Depends on the night, honestly. Hang on. The Zolon. We were rated by the Zolon tonight. The Zolon. Far more geeky than I. I'm interested in 3D printing for the Star Wars. It's funny. I can make my own toys, you say? Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, getting these supports out from behind the helmet is going to be impossible. But I was able to mostly get him through the quote unquote chocolate Vader. I feel I was able to get through most of them. Zolon loves drones and dogs. Yes. Zolon raided tonight. Am I kind of a tinkerer? So I modded my printer. No, I did not. I've not modded my printer. I'm not a tinkerer insofar as that. As much as I get into tinkering, I reslice differently. So, here, give me a second. I'm gonna pick up some of these supports here. What the hell happened? Where's the foot? Dude, hang on. The foot is down here somewhere. I hope I can find the foot. Where the frick is the foot? So this is the one that I did printed right side up, and it turned out pretty well. This is the one that I printed upside down, just to see if I could get better supports. Fewer supports, certainly. But unfortunately, potentially more challenging supports in the sense that I'm having an issue with or I had an issue with the foot. The foot drops and went somewhere. Hopefully I can, if I can't find the foot. Oh, found the foot. 364! What about 364? What, 364 days until this time next year? I don't want to split the Vader helmet, that's for sure. Did I enjoy Picard? I did. I liked it. Not as much as Discovery. But, I mean, it was enjoyable. Yeah, Beast, I update my firmware when it becomes release candidate, or, like, when it's released in official channels. Same thing with the Slicer. So, I'm on Prusa Slicer 2.4. Using snug supports. Which is great. And whatever the benefits of the 2.4 on the Mini have. Or I guess the latest firmware for the Mini. And by the way, Tom Two Cats. Which one are you? More interested in Star Wars or 3D printing? Have to ask. If Tom Two Cats is here.
Fix some dude cheered X364, 364 straight days of streaming?
Yep, pretty much. And the plan is to continue that next year. I'm not saying it's a New Year's resolution, because there's nothing really to resolve. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a New Year's resolution this year. The one thing I've thought about doing is helping people with community discussions, like why you should stream on Twitch, less about how and more about why, and like things that you could do to make your live streams better. So less about tweaking OBS, more evergreen kind of content. There we go. Thought about doing that, but I don't really want to tie that to a resolution. Unless I can think how to tie it to a resolution, right? Knowing something that I feel I can succeed with. I don't like setting lofty goals. I like setting realistic goals. Groggy Nod, change your name. Okay, fair enough. Streaming is easy for me. Streaming is fun for me. So, easy and fun, sign me up, you know? Ah, did the cat guy already leave? Or he popped? Never found out if he's more interested in Star Wars or 3D printing. You're gonna ask why? When it comes to subscribing to streamers? We should always ask why. The why is very important. So did that come out? I think what I wanted to come out came out. Alright, it's a little chewed up. But can I? Not perfect. Tinkering in 3D printer. I have an ANET A8 Plus. Would you modded? Holy cow! Replace bearings, tension sensors, PSU 50. Oh my, way beyond me, dude. Holy cow! Like, way beyond. In the box, new Mobo, Tune and TMC. Drivers waiting for something. Holy cow! Yeah, you will fit in very nicely around here because there are a lot of people who are into that kind of level of play or level of tinkering when it comes to 3D printering. I have no idea if this is going to work. I was trying to like melt it to Melt it to the thing. You're seeking for such community. Oh yeah, trust me, you will fit in nicely. Papa Bear 3D prints, Loyal Moses 3D prints. Loyal Moses and Papa Bear both stream here too. I'm streaming every night. I'm not much of a tweaker. I'm more of a, you know, I get to 3D print Star Wars stuff. This is great. I may have salvaged the Vader. May. The problem is the way I sliced him, I'm not sure I did him properly because his feet were uneven because I forgot to do a hard slice. If I lean him against something, maybe. Because I actually had to, I cut this Vader's feet flat. This one I totally forgot to cut flat before I printed. So what do you think? You think that the green is worth a reprint? I'm thinking a green's worth a reprint. Do the green overnight, and then I'll slice the feet. Do it. I'll put a raft in, though. So I'm going to do a raft. Hey, Liz. We are a 3D printing family. We kind of are, Loyal. Who am I in the family? I'm the crazy uncle. Yeah, I think the problem with this model now is not because the foot broke. It's because it wasn't flat to begin with. So I may need to compensate in some other way. So like I said, I can give this to somebody. You know, it's fine. Fix the foot. Functionally, at least. But it's not... The problem is that the foot, the feet weren't cut off before. I'll let this print overnight. Now that I know I can get the supports out, okay. For the most part. At least I can do it, right? You know? This is at a 0.2 mm layer height. Resolution isn't perfect, but it works. I feel it's doable. I feel this is more than fine. More than suitable. Oh, sorry if you weren't getting the full view. Thank you, Liz. Sorry, I wasn't seeing the preview where I was messing with. But yeah, this guy won't stand on his own. He never will. He never will. I might be able to file to flatten, but because I had the problem with the foot snapping, I feel like I can just give it to a kid and say, here you go. He'll flip. I guarantee he'll flip. Like, as a kid, man, if someone gave me, if like an adult gave me a Darth Vader, that's what I'm saying. It looks like chocolate. This is the printed solid chocolate here. It turned out very nice, this one. So this one was printed right side up, so it printed fine. I love how it turned out, everything.
Hollywood in 3D just resubscribed for 11 months.
Thank you, Hollywood in 3D. One other person I brought into 3D printing. Yeah, I've got a file. My concern is because of the nature of having snapped that foot, re-snapping it again. That would be a concern. Thank you for your support, Hollywood in 3D. I really appreciate it. Everybody supports. So this one was printed right side up, and I remembered to cut the feet evenly, so that's how that one stands. It's just that the supports inside were just, it was just way too maddening. I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I wanted to try to minimize the amount of supports, so that's why I tried to do this one upside down. And so I'm gonna try the green one upside down again. I'm not worried of the foot so much, just glue it back with proper distance. Well, it seems to be, everything seems to be okay. After I glued it back on, it seems to be straight. It's the question of which foot, it's just not, it's never gonna, I need to weight, if you will. I need to weight the balls of its foot, because there's no other way I could compensate. But yeah, I mean, this was a fun Chocolate Vader to do, and I would love to reprint this one in other filament. That's why I'm experimenting to see if I can get a good one. 45 degrees on its back. I've thought about that, Papa Bear, and maybe you could tinker with it and find the prime. I just didn't want the cape to get messed up with the supports. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there is a prime way of doing it. Maybe you could find like the best way to do it. I'm doing it on my Mini. So I just went straight upside down because I was trying to minimize the amount of supports. Because I did tilt like this way, but I'm like, then the cape would get chewed up. So I was trying to keep that from happening. I mean, because you don't want I didn't want the front to get chewed, but I didn't want the back to get chewed either. Drop the link in chat. All right, give me a second. Ah! Don't break this other foot. Give me a second. I will get it. Resin.
Avaline French cheered X100.
Don't.
My last bits for the year.
I 3D printed this. Your last bits of the year. Avaline, I am honored that you would do that for me. I did this yesterday. Give me a second. Oops. Give me a second. Something to look at here. I'm trying to find the link. Oh, I tweeted it. Give me a second. Tweet. There it is. Here's the link, everybody. This is the model, which I love. The model's like perfect. There's the link. You can print it in resin if you want, Loyal. It's not as good as a vintage Boba Fett figure, but beggars can't be choosers. So I'm going to reslice my home slice here. It's the next thing I do. Then I'll go to bed. I printed at 0.15 mm layer height. So I'll try a higher resolution, and then in the morning I'll have a different one. But like I said, the nice thing about having fellow Star Wars fans in the neighborhood is that I can just give it to them. And they're like, yeah. Your New Year's resolution is not to 3D print or go on Twitch. Good luck with that, Loyal. That is definitely not my resolution. My resolution is to enjoy Star Wars more. That's something I feel I've slacked on this year. My New Year's resolution is to continue to collect 5 POA action figures. Like the glow-in-the-dark Snake Eyes. It says it glows in the dark. Let's find out. It's definitely translucent. Allegedly, it glows red. Does it? Doesn't look like it's glowing. Maybe we need to give it more time in the light. Okay. So, buttons. Dang, dude. Well, that's disappointing. Because I really was hoping that was going to work. I even have a support blocker in there to make sure that it minimizes supports inside. A box blocker. And then I gotta slice the top. Cut the top, right? That's what I gotta do. Slice. I gotta be careful if I use the word slice. Keep little part. Oop, before cut. Okay, there. The feet are even. Slicing now. Is it on a raft? Skirt and brim. Snug. Pattern spacing 5. Raft layer 2. You think Chris is the only one you've ever seen complete? Oh, if I do a New Year's resolution, I stick to it. Like I'm a big believer in that. Oh, dude, this is gonna take freaking forever. Because of the higher resolution. Is the higher resolution really gonna be worth it? Yeah, it'll be worth doing. We're gonna do it. Screw it. 7 hours. Might as well. It's gonna be a 7-hour Vader print. We'll see how well it turns out. higher resolution, same amount of supports on the front. This one's going to be given to a neighbor kid who likes Star Wars. He's getting quite a pile. He's going to have a little gift package for me next time he sees Jedi. Vader Fig, 0.15. That's what's going to take so long, is that it's a 0.15 layer height rather than a 0.2. I'm going to see if that improves the helmet somewhat. I don't know. Like, it just gets to, with these types of figures, like, it gets to be somewhat of a law of diminishing returns. Like when I use the Itor, these are my favorites, right? This is at a 0.1. Wait, no, that's not a 0.15. I keep confusing them. I got to reprint those shoulder pads tomorrow too. This is mostly at a 0.15. Smoother, ever so smoothly. All right. Might as well do this. Time, speed, slowed it down. It's gonna take forever. Yeah, this one's gonna take a while, but it's worth trying. Worth trying overnight. See if I can get a green one. I like my chocolate one, but I'm seeing if I can perfect it. See if I can make it better. So, you can sleep, Vader. Vader, you sleep, okay? You fa-nani. Is that good for you? Is that good? Yeah, is that good? All right, we're gonna reprint here. Obviously, we'll not be able to finish that during the stream. Barely starting it during the stream. But thank you, everybody. 7 hours is nothing. I know. No, this is easy. This is nothing. I mean, it's mostly... and I feel a 0.20 would be fine in terms of a quality. It's just, you know, while I'm doing it, since I'm doing it overnight, if I'm doing 5, I might as well do 7. 0.15, angle 35 degrees, supports only a build plate. Interesting, Midnight Smith. Snug supports the Midnight Smith? Just curious. Because trust me, I will reprint another Vader in another color in a heartbeat. Or I may just have you send me the 3MF. If it works. In all this experimentation that I'm doing. Yours is going to be transparent green. Nice. Reprint of Vader. I mean, gonna have another one. You can't just stop at one Vader, dude. You gotta collect them all. Because the easier it is, the happier I'll be. I'm gonna give this a shot overnight. See how it goes. Unless you're seeing the Midnight Smith, if you think I could try it now, I mean, before I go on this, I can try that. If it's showing that there's not a problem with supports, I can try that now. Doesn't bother me. 35%? Oops. Alright, let's try that. 35%. So rotate. Let's get it standing up again. Okay, it's standing up. Rotate 35%. Okay. So how do I? So rotate X. That's 45 degrees. Okay, so that's 45, 40, 35. Build plate only. And snug supports. well enough to try it. Have additional bed adhesive. Well, I use a brim. As long as nothing else, like... As long as I'm not missing anything else in here. This is probably very... Yeah, about 6 hours, 18 minutes is what it says on my end. At 0.2. What am I missing? You're bad. It's 30 degrees. Let's say, because that was... Okay, hang on. So then I'd have to take it back. Yeah, but I say the finger, if you look at the fingers, my concern is that the fingers are just kind of floating out there. You see what I'm saying? If you look at the fingers holding on the belt, that's my concern. You know, on this, give me a second. Like, is it even gonna go? So my concern is are the fingers. I don't know. They're just kind of floating. So that's about 5 hours, 39 minutes. That's what I got here. I mean, I mean, if I look, there's nothing that's... I mean, there are some overhangs underneath. So, have you... I don't know how to mitigate those. You see what I'm saying? Like, those overhangs. If the bridging... Does it look like, is that what yours looks like? Or they're somewhat thereabouts? Looks about like yours, you're going for it? Sorry, I'm looking at the chat while I'm looking at possibly redoing this. If this is the way it goes... Hate when your fingers are floating out there? Dude, don't tell me about it. It's not so much fun. You realized I shaved? I shaved my back for a nickel. It will be fine. Alright. Okie dokie. This is at 0.2. Well, that would cut my time down dramatically. Alright. Worth a shot. 5 hours. Hopefully it doesn't get destroyed. Hopefully it doesn't come off the bed. It shouldn't. The brim is usually hold. Let's go ahead and save the project as Vader Fig. Final. There's my, there 'tis. That's where my learning curve is at, trying to figure out the best way to support or not support. I'm getting there. That bridge is so small. Yeah, no, it's non-existent. It is a one-piece item, yes. The front's gonna print perfect. That's my feeling. Hey, Beat Drop. Hope I had a great holiday. I did. How did I enjoy Book of Boba Fett? I enjoyed it immensely. We talked about it yesterday, of course, full of spoilers. My feeling is that the first episode was more closure than anything, which was fantastic. It was everything I would have wanted. It's Star Wars, so I'm like thrilled. I am thrilled to have more Star Wars in my life. You're never gonna hear me say other than that. Yeah, no, it was great. Very much looking forward to the entire season. Like immensely. Can't have enough Star Wars. That's my feeling. I use 2 walls for support. Helps a lot. I don't use any glue on the bed. Generally, I haven't had a problem with this sheet. This is just a Prusa PEI. Is that the correct terminology? I want to do I've got an ulti stick, but I had issues because I've got to readjust something else. The auto bed like detector thing is too high, so I have to wait until I recalibrate to get that going. You really liked it? I enjoyed the hell out of it. Is Fucho timing himself out again? He is. How do I deal with the bridging? Oh, I mean, I've never really had an issue with it. It's handled it. The Prusa, this one's handled it really well. The Prusa Mini here. Boba Fett was perfect. I mean, you couldn't screw it up. I know some people are complaining like immediately, like, oh, it's horrible. I'm like, dude, it's just the first issue or the first episode. Like, let it finish. We have too many armchair directors. Totally agree, Loyal. Totally agree with that. With supports, I generally am kind of hands-off. I'll set the spacing differently, but that's it. Like, I went with 5 versus 2 default, and generally that's been fine. I'll also do snug supports now with the Prusa. Loved it. A lot of fun. Can't wait for more. We even talked about me that night. How excited you must have been. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. I feel Book of Boba Fett lacked in the bacon department. That is true. There was no bacon. There was a massive, though. A massive or two. That's as close to bacon as you get. Star Wars shows are better than no Star Wars at all. Papa Bear AZ, completely, totally agree. Give me something rather than nothing. And I think I was tilting into this last night. I remember the dark ages where we didn't have any Star Wars. And was I talking about this earlier tonight, too? Like, it was just, it was sad. I mean, it was done, right? So, like, when Star Wars disappeared, but then came back, it was just, it was a bright spot. And I didn't, you know, by the time the prequels didn't necessarily do it for me. I didn't have a chance to watch the Clone Wars contemporaneously because it was impossible to do. Because binging wasn't a thing. I enjoyed it still, but knew that it wasn't the same. And I'm sad about that because I think I would have enjoyed it, you know, the way that it had been done with Disney, with Star Tours for years. That would have been a blast to be a part of. And after the Disney acquisition, I was like, really? I don't know. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know, if we're ever going to get Star Wars again, Disney's going to be the only chance. So I will take a Disney Star Wars over done with Star Wars. I know many people disagree, but entertainment's subjective. You finished Book of Boba Fett again for the 5th watch. Wow. I did it twice, and then watched Star Wars Explains behind the scenes. My favorite part of Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett so far, is 8D8. I loved that figure as a kid. Loved the figure. Of course, I've got, you know, a couple of 8D8s in the vintage and modern now. But seeing 8D8 and hearing 8D8, it was pretty cool. I gotta admit, I got a kick out of that. I was like, ah. Supports should just fall off if it's tuned well. Yeah, no doubt. I don't tune very well. Dark Toy Lord says it was too short. Completely agree. Diana and Jedi said the same thing. Now, the thing I want Disney to do is do Tron. They need to reboot Tron in a big way. Tron needs to be reinvested big time. That's the next thing I want Disney to do. Tron. That IP is so underutilized. So underutilized. You've loved all the Star Wars content so far. Yes, even the sequels. I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed, you know, the way I look at it, people say, oh, what's your favorite? I'm like, well, my favorite is it. Like, it's just Star Wars to me. It's all Star Wars to me. And I guess I kind of view, you know, a lot of the fandoms in a similar capacity, right? Like, you know, what's your favorite part of the MCU? I'm like, well, it's all the MCU to me. So, you know, I enjoy bits and pieces of it. Not any one aspect over the other. Just as a whole, like in totality. That's the way that I've kind of enjoyed it. Oh, fans going here. Woo. Groggy Nod 3D is he was just in here tonight. Let's give him a raid, shall we? I totally forgot to shout him out too. I feel bad. He changed his handle. Looks like he's doing something in CAD. Some kind of CAD program. Tinkercad, possibly? But I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. All your supports, the subs, the cheers, the follows, the chat, just chatting and interacting, making this time fly by. I really appreciate the time that you spend with me. It's a great way to have spent time for me, and I hope the same for you as well. These conversations that we have every night, 6 p.m. Pacific. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always. I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be Tusken rating Groggy Nod 3D, who's into 3D printing. Like I said, he's modeling something right now. Live. He's only got like one person watching. So get those Tusken Raiders emotes going. Get them going. Can't Stop Lying. Good to see you. Sorry if you... Did you just pop in? Can't Stop Lying? Well, I can't stop streaming. So I have to wrap it up. Because otherwise I'll never sleep. Here we go. Tusken rating Groggy Nod 3D. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, Groggy Nod. Crap. I hate when I close it beforehand. Hey, kid. I close it and then I don't see it. There we go. Groggy Nod is... He's modeling something in CAD. Well, sometimes I close a window too early.
What's going on?
What happened? He doesn't know what's going on. That's a Tron recognizer from the movie Tron.
I'm getting raided.
What's a Tron recognizer?
From the movie Tron. We'll have to watch it. It's a good movie. You want to watch it sometime? It's fun. It's a great movie. Then you'll know who those figures are.
I hope my alert's working. It showed up. I seen the raid. Okay. I can't defend against the raid. I can't defend against the Tusken Raiders. You know what? If you can't beat them, join them. There we go. I was lurking in your stream, so it
Yeah.
brought me in anyways. Yeah, I'm just going through the struggles here with the 3D printing. Yeah, I changed my name. I decided that the 3D was more fitting. Now people aren't like, oh, you're a Groggy Nod 2 because there was already a Groggy Nod 1. It was already taken. So, and I figured the 3D is more fitting with me anyway, so yeah. So yeah, I'm working on a little bit of a stream setup here. Oh, thank you for the bits, Buko.
Oh, I need to stop the stream. That's the important thing.
Is there alert sounds going off